Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining me today. Today we are going to do another unboxing video, and that would be for these beauties that just came in, and there should be some very interesting and good books that are hiding in there. So if you want to see what treasures came in, come on back and join me after the short video intro. Okay, and we're back. Comic Sniper here, once again welcoming you to my channel. Thank you very much for joining me, along with my trusty sidekick Mark III, my little flying Iron Man, and together we are doing an unboxing video for you for these that just came in. So I'm excited to see what we have in there. I seem to be in pretty good shape. No damages on the boxes. This one here, this one's pretty heavy. I'm not too sure which one this is, but I think we'll save that one for last, because that one's looks like there's definitely got to be more than one book in there. This one also survived the process of shipping very well. A little bit of blunting there, but overall doesn't look like it did any damage. Same with that corner. So, and as you can see, it's well inside there, so it should look really good for that one. And this is one of those comic book mailers, and as you can see, there's lots of space in between here, and there's no damage on the outside. There's no cuts, or it looks like it didn't get opened. So looks like we got a good shipment in today. So let's start with I guess we'll just start with this one first. These are all going to be eBay buys. So, and I was able to take advantage recently of a promotion that eBay had, and that was for 15% off. And on your purchases, and I did so it, I was able to jump on there and make some deals. I was able to do an offer which somebody picked up. I also did a combination of that, as well as winning some bids on auctions, and by doing so, I had a little bit of trouble, to be honest, with eBay because of the promotional code. I wasn't sure how that worked. So okay, so it looks like you also shipped it in an envelope which is sealed, so that's not too bad. We have to cut into that and see. So a little bit more work. Anyways, getting back to eBay, because I wasn't sure if I could purchase, because it wouldn't let me see my my cart and pay for everything all at once, and so I wasn't sure if I was able to use the coupon code multiple times to in the same day, because it was there's an expiry and I was waiting until the last day to pick up as many deals as I could, and then kind of check out all at once. That didn't go as smoothly as I'd hoped, but I called up eBay, and for some reason, the woman that was helping me, she said, no, you can't use it more than once, and because you have multiple items of auctions versus buy it now that you were able to get, they can't lump it up in the same order, and therefore you can't take advantage of it. I'm like, well, that doesn't say, there's nothing in the terms and conditions that says that is the case. We even went over it together. and she says, well, so she had to go back and I guess talk to some people and see what they can do. I guess somebody managed to add in all this stuff into my cart, but upon paying for it, it's still, and she seemed really unsure. Like the lady I was talking to was very, you know, she tried her hardest. I'll give her that. To hold on a second, I'm just having a little bit of trouble with some tape here. Sorry, but it was so the book that I was able to get here. They also put it in between several cardboard pieces, so that's pretty good, and an additional light cardboard, so not too bad. At least she tried. And then, all right, I'll get back to my story in a second. Let's show the first book that I was able to get. So this one here, I just started looking for this one, and this is Incredible Hulk number 182. All right, so as you know, I'm a big fan of my one of my big grails, and if you know, is probably Hulk 181, along with everybody else. A lot of people do that as well. And I also picked up, I also have a couple of Hulk 180s, because that is his first cameo appearance. But I was kind of unaware of this book, really, because as I understand it, it always went from Hulk 180, 181, and then of course we dubbed, what is it, Giant Size X-Men as Wolverine's second full appearance. But then I've been seeing a few people grabbing this book and adding Wolverine in there as another appearance. So let's take a look. I'd never owned this book myself. This one is not in too bad a condition. It's probably a mid lower. There's a lot of you know, soiling, a little bit of foxing, that kind of stuff, but no major tears. So let's see if he actually appears in this. He does, right on the first page. He's right there. So that is, and there's more than one, and he's talking. So in theory, this is Wolverine's third appearance. Because even if he doesn't show up anymore, he is right there on the front page. He's not just a backwards facing character. Like, he's there. You can actually see him right there, full, you know, full view, and talking. So I consider that a full appearance in my book. I mean, I think they're making this as a second cameo appearance, if I'm not mistaken. If you guys know more, then, you know, please feel free to chime in. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. And it's got the Marvel stamp, the Marvel value stamp right there. That's still intact, so everything is all good on this. So yeah, that's that is true. The you know, the fandom and the collectors do know what they're talking about. So definitely, I think I'm gonna have to add this as the at least third appearance. I'm not sure whether we were putting this down as full appearance, because he's in a couple of panels, one facing backwards and one facing frontwards with some talking involved. So we'll see where that goes. Anyways, let's finish my story on eBay. So I did managed to get them to bulk everything all up. I had more than one book, of course. I had several books in there. I can't remember quite how many. I think I had 4 or 5. And then but that was a mixture of eBay auction wins as well as buy it nows. I made some deals about you know, best offer, that kind of thing. So of course it was different ones, and what they were telling me was they can't lump everything all up the same. So it's up to they have to separate it, and then I wouldn't be able to use the coupon and get 15% off all of the items. Well, you know, I kind of talked to them about it and said, hey, you know, if that's not actually shown on here, there's a time limit. Of course, there's a minimum and there's a maximum amount that you can use the items for, the coupon for, but nothing that says it's limited to either or, and there's no limit. It doesn't say that there's a limit on how many times you can use it within that time frame. So you know, there's not much she said she can do about it. Let's, you know, what she said was just pay for the most expensive items and then go from there, and then that way at least I'd take advantage of that. So you know, I wasn't too happy with it, but at least I did that. But they were, for some reason, in the middle of talking to her, everything got lumped into the same cart. So I showed her that, and she said the same thing. It's like, wow, I've never seen that before. And anyways, I did pay for everything all at once, but then the problem started. PayPal started rejecting some of the items on my cart as not paid. So, and I was in the middle of contacting, you know, I'm a big fan of contacting the sellers and buyers alike whenever there's any issues, just to make sure, just to keep them apprised of what's happening, and just to make sure that everybody's on the same page. You know, and eBay said, you know, you might have to contact them. There might be some it might come up that there's some problems, and if they have a double order, let's say you paid for one thing, and then, but since it lumps in together, it ends up showing as a second order, something like this. Anyways, there could be some problems. All in all, so I kept in touch with the sellers, and they were pretty appreciative of the fact that I was letting them know what was happening, and not, you know, I wasn't trying to sidetrack paying for the item, that kind of thing. So, but in the end, what I ended up having to do was, there was some stuff that it didn't get paid on the first round, and then so I went back in and I paid for it afterwards. So, and by doing so, I entered the coupon code anyways, and lo and behold, it worked. So I was able to, you know, at the end of it all, I was able to get 15% for everything. But you know, it took a little while, and it took some doing and talking to eBay and all this kind of stuff. And I'm kind of surprised that their representatives that you talk to are not knowledgeable about how their coupons and their system works, and how much problems that they you know, they're giving us just when they have these promotions. So I wasn't too happy about that, but all in all, it did work out well, and I was able to take advantage of 15% off, 15% off the price that I was you know, offering and paid for the items. So that's always good. So that's what and this is one of the books that I was able to do. I know it says, I don't know if you can see it, it says $49 for it. That's not what I paid for this book, and definitely I was able to get an extra 15% off what I actually paid for this book. So awesome. So yeah, anyways guys, I would take a if you don't know about this book, as far as, because there's a lot of hype as far as 181 goes. Of course, that's the biggest one. That's the one that's worth a ton of money, but this one is also gaining steam now that people are starting to, of course, I myself didn't know about Wolverine's appearance in this in this book. So guys, if you don't know about it, and you might want to go ahead and have a look, and you know, and take advantage of this, because of course 181 is quickly getting, if it isn't already out of reach for most people, even the lower grade copies, and of course 180 being the first cameo appearance, that's also getting out of reach as well. That's also starting to go up, because people are going for that book if they can't get the 181. Well, this book is right behind that now, I'm looking at from what I'm seeing. So I would recommend this as a sleeper book. Definitely keep a lookout for this, and if you can pick up one for cheap or at a reasonable price at a good condition, I would jump all over it, because I think this one might be right behind the 180 and the 181 as far as going up in value. All right, okay, so that's the first one. Let's open This one next. This is the next lighter one. And we'll leave the heavy one, of course. Just like opening presents on Christmas. You always want to leave the big heavy box. Even though that might not be the best present, it's always one that that you kind of want to save to the end. It's the most exciting one to open, right? Alright, so here we go. Like I said, this one seems to be in really good shape too. It didn't get damaged. Alright, so in the box, and he also put it in between several other boxes, which is good. That's gonna definitely protect this book from being damaged. Alright, the customary tape, of course. Yeah. You know, some people really hate the tape, and you know what? It's part of life. We're not gonna get away from it. So it is what it is. All right. Okay, so not too bad. You even put it in Mylar for me. That's all right. So let's do this. Okay. And the second book that we were able to pick up, and this one definitely is a key. And here we go. It's Avengers number 57. Of course, this is first appearance of the Vision. So this is definitely a big key. Always on the lookout for this. Such a great cover. A lot of people love this. The way the use of the red and you know, different shades of red on this is just an awesome cover. Definitely a big key. He's a huge, of course, with the Avengers Infinity Wars, he's a huge character. That's a key point, since he's got one of the Infinity Stones, you know, on his head. And that was just as a point, guys. You know, I think every one of you have already seen Avengers Infinity Wars. If you haven't, I don't know what you're waiting for. But so just a spoiler, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the movie. Just the part that I loved about it, it was I thought, you know, the part where Thanos is after Vision's Mind Stone, and you know, we thought he got destroyed. He got by Wanda, but then he brought him back with the time stone. And then, but the way Thanos went about getting the Mind Stone from Vision is, you know, he grabbed it from his head and then just crushed the skull, like just crushed the skull in his head. I thought that was so brutal. You know, I mean, they could have, you know, used energy power to yank it out of his head, that kind of stuff, and just to pluck it out of there. But no, the way they did it, it wasn't, you know, it just showed how menacing and how unforgiving Thanos is when he's after something. And the way he did, he didn't do it, you know, nicely at all. He just he didn't just grab the stone, he grabbed his head and crushed the front of it, and threw him aside. And that was, oh, I thought that was such a strong moment in the movie, and it left a, you know, memory, a definite memory in my head. So that was just I thought that was really awesome. I felt really bad for Vision there, but you know, it moves the story along. So anyways, that's just a little side note. But back to this book, awesome. You know, that's why I was able to pick up a few books, definitely that that might be a little bit on the expensive side, but at the same time, you know, I paid about what this book is going for. But since I was able to take advantage of the 15% off, I got a really good deal out of it. So happy to have it. All right. So that's the second one. I will leave that here, and then lastly, we are going for the big. This one's a little bit heavier, right? I thought there was only 2 books in here, but it feels like there's more. Let's see. All right. And this one, okay, so we open it up and I see, this is weird. Let's check this out. There's definitely more than, and there's something wrapped. I don't know if that's a magazine or that's a comic book or what's going on here, but I think I think he wrapped it in old magazines. Check this out. I have never seen this way of protecting a book before. I gotta show you how this. So this came out like this. Okay, let me just put this a little bit farther. That's why it's so heavy. Okay, check this out. It came in like this, and then and I'm thinking, what is that? That's sacrificial comic book. But it's an old magazine. It's a gaming magazine. He used it to to protect the book. I guess he didn't have any cardboard. Okay, so that's nothing. It doesn't even have a cover. That's just kind of funny. And then, this guy's a gamer, because look, he put another gaming magazine on the top. Game Informer. So he put another magazine on the top, and he also put another magazine, another Game Enforcer, another Game Enforcer magazine on the bottom. That's awesome. Okay, well, that's different. I mean, they're nothing. They're just taking up a lot of weight. So he paid, I guess, extra to have them in there. And then the book that we have, he put it into. He also has it in a. There's 2 books here. He has them both squeezed into this top loader. Okay. All right. This is getting interesting all the time. Let's see how we do. I don't think you can put 2 books in a top loader, but he managed to squeeze them in there with backing boards. All right. So let's see. Oh. Okay, well, that's different. There's 2 backing boards on each side, so it's gonna put this one down first, and we'll just put it this way. Okay, so that's so this book here. This is I got this from the same seller. I got 2 books from the same seller, so I was pretty happy with this buy too. So I was able to combine shipping too. So the first book I was able to get is a Nova #1. Awesome. Definitely, I'm always keeping a lookout for this book. Richard Rider as Nova, his first appearance and origin, because as you can see from the Avengers Infinity Wars, and with Captain Marvel coming, Marvel is definitely headed into the space realm in the near future. I believe, especially with Thor, and I think they're going to be bringing Valkyrie, and the storyline is I bet you all the storylines are going to be heading towards more of a space theme. So that's why Nova is, I believe, I know there's some problems with the Guardians of the Galaxy right now with James Gunn, and and all that mess that's going around. It's hard to pin down what exactly is going to go on. There's a lot of theories out there, but I still believe that he is going to end up showing up soon. And making a big appearance, and who knows what they can do with this character. He is a very big, powerful space type of character. So when he does, this book is definitely gonna jump up a lot more than it is now. It's already picked up steam, and it's already has good value, but I still think that this book has more to give, especially if Marvel does decide that that's where they're going and puts them up on the big screen. All right, and then lastly, guys, this is the last book that I have that I was able to get. Check it out. Again, one of my favorite characters in the Marvel universe, Wolverine, and this is his the Frank Miller his first miniseries, and I've had a few copies of this, his run 1 to 4. I did sell mine off, but always love to have this back. Such an iconic cover, and a great story too, the miniseries. So, and this one is in really good shape. I think they both are. Let's just take a quick look. There is a couple of, aside from that, the corners are really sharp. There's one, two, there's about 3 spine ticks that I can see so far. Aside from that, the colors are really nice, and so yeah. Well, there's some wrinkling up here, but that looks, I can definitely work on that and get that out. So yeah, not too bad at all. And then of course the Wolverine, let's take just a quick look at that. I'll go over the inside pages later, but the front of this looks like it's not even, maybe there's one spine tick right there. Aside from that, that's a pretty nice spine. Nice. There is a little bit of a, oh no, that's gone now. So yeah, really good copy. This is definitely high grade, so very happy with that. Oh, let's just put it back in the bag. Yeah. All right, there we have it, folks. That is my unboxing. Again, thank you very much for joining me today, and as always, I want to thank you for watching my videos, and I also want to give subscriber shout outs to my newest subscribers. You should be seeing some names soon, and then of course, if you also want your names on my future videos, all I ask is subscribe to my channel and wait for your names to show up on future videos. So if you like what you're seeing here in the format, and you want to see more in the future, please hit the like button. That's always appreciated. That lets me know I'm on the right track, as well as hitting that notification bell. Ring the notification bell. That'll keep you informed of my future videos, so you don't miss out on any of them. And of course, as always, I love hearing from you guys. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Which comics you like the best. Whether you two have you two have these comics. Whether these are the ones you're looking for. That kind of stuff. And oh, and just a side note, if you guys are interested in either buying or trading any of the comics you've seen on my channel, hit me up with a message. My information is down below, is in the area. I'm always open to listening to offers, or that kind of thing. I'm very reasonable when it comes to that. You're not offending me at all by hitting me up with an offer. Hey, you just never know. Sometimes I'm looking to move some books if I'm trying to save up for a bigger key or something that I really want. So definitely sometimes you have to move some books around, and I'm open to that. So just as a side note, so leave me a comment anyways. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys like, what you don't like, what you guys are saving for, what keys you guys are kind of hunting for right now. That would be really good. And of course, I'm gonna throw up some extra videos up here of some of my hauls, and maybe some unboxing. But yeah, that's it for now. So guys, while you guys are out there take advantage of the coupon codes on eBay's or Ebates too. Don't forget that. as well as any deals that you can, you know, because of course that'll save you guys a lot of money. Take advantage of that, and also while you're putting you know, these wonderful keys and key books in your collection, such as of course the Avengers, right? And also the, you know, you got the this one too. Let me know what you guys think of the disappearance of Wolverine. But guys, while you guys are out there looking for them and taking advantage of that, make sure you enjoy the hunt. All right, we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye for now.